Now, the incumbent governor of Abia State in southeast Nigeria, Okezie Ikpeazu, will be on the 25th of February standing to go to the Senate to represent the people of Abia South on the platform of the People's Democratic Party, and that will be after his 2 terms as governor. For most residents of the state, the 25th of February senatorial election will be a referendum on the performance of Dr. Ikpeazu as governor, as according to them, the jury is still out on that particular subject. Francis Ogbonnaya is special advisor to the governor on gender matters and political empowerment, and she joins us now to jaw over Governor Ikpeazu's senatorial ambition. I want to say thank you very much for joining us today here on Newsday. I want to take you on this, Francis, and we look at it. A lot of Abians have not really expressed happiness in the 8 years Governor Ikpeazu has been governor. They've complained about non-payment of salaries, jobs. A lot of people are still jobless. So much infrastructural decadence has pervaded the state during his tenure as governor. And some are saying that this is just an opportunity to retire and still earn money from government and taxpayers after not serving the people well for 8 years.
Okay, Aaron, it's nice being here with you this afternoon. And as journalists, I don't expect you to thrive on hearsay. And I know you guys at Arise needs to be very, very professional. Having stated that, let me take it from unemployment or joblessness. That's a global problem. It's not just peculiar to Abia State. And then, no, I'm talking about maybe infrastructure and stuff like that. No single government can solve all the problems of any state. Not even Lagos where you are, and not even FCT where you're. The studio is not even other parts of the country. No government can come and say, no governor can say, I have single-handedly solved all the problems of my state. That's why government itself is a continuum. But nevertheless, before you can assess a government or a governor's performance, you must do it, you have to just oppose it with what he or she met on ground. So on that basis, I think you have to go back to what Abia, all those Abia South, where he's going to represent, looks like before now and what it is at the moment. From that, on that basis, we can begin to assess his performance. But the issue of him voted on 25th February, it's just sacrosanct. You know, the people of Abia South, who he's going to represent, are happy with his performance because, for example, they know how Mojima Road was before he came in. They know how Ojike Lane was before he came in. They know how Immaculate Heart Road was before he came in. Before he came in, there was nothing like a flyover in the whole of Abia State since Abia was created. Now they have something to look up to. It's the service. It's the service. I would say it's blatant falsehood because I'm first of all a journalist, but I think it's not a thorough job to say that he has failed in infrastructure. No. If you look at it, what we have on ground in Abia South, where he's going to represent, is a total departure. It's a paradigm shift from what used to be before now. And I think the people of Abia South are actually happy. And of course, he's almost going unopposed because I really don't see anybody contesting against him from that zone. And what does that tell you? That tells you that he has actually been doing well. People are happy, especially people from Abia South. They are happy with his performance so far. You can see, like I said, he has the Enimba automated shoe company that is employing over 500 persons. So that's when you said joblessness, I was almost taken aback because we saw how he single-handedly became the promoter of Abba made in Abba goods. I don't know if you might have been hearing about made in Abba products before now, but not in the light with which we are seeing it today. Governor Okezie came and gave Abba-made products a very special lift. He first of all took over 30 young Abians to China to learn how to make shoes in an automated way. That way they can make more for more public consumption. These are credits, and you shouldn't take that away. Are those things not job creation? How else does a governor hope to create job? And by that, people who are artisans, which is which is what Abia is actually known for, are more encouraged. Other people from other African countries are beginning to patronize them. Then you talk about how else do you measure development or measure job creation if you don't assess his ability to keep Abia secured? Because it's only security that brings investment. And when you look at how secure Abia is today and how much investors have come in due to the secure nature. Of course, Abia is the most secure state in the southeast as we are talking now. You're a journalist, you should know this. And vis-a-vis the whole state. And this has attracted a lot of investors. And they are establishing businesses, even if they are not big companies that should be that will have all the media fire and all whatnot.
All right, Francis, if I may interject right now. You keep emphasizing on Abia South, okay? And I would like to know people's response to his candidacy for that region, senatorial, candidacy after 8-year term as governor. What are people saying generally in Abia? Are they happy with his candidacy? There are other people that could run. Couldn't he give his mettle to governance or to the people beyond governance? There are other ways you can serve the people when you're outside the system. Why hasn't he considered that? Why is there this need to continue at the Senate?
It was even the people of Abia South that called on him to come and represent them, saying they are tired of the old structure of 16 years of near no bills, 16 years of near billlessness, 16 years of near no constituency project. The people of Abia South are people who actually went to him and said, well, the videos are there and said, sir, you have done well as a governor. Come and go to Abuja for us so that we can begin to feel the presence of federal government in our zone. So, this is, are they not part of the reactions? How else are people expected to react?
With due respect, Francis, people could have gotten access to federal status or federal help while he's governor. So why does he need to continue at the Senate?
As a governor, he wouldn't do the job of a legislator. We have a man representing the Abia South Senatorial Zone, Senator Baribe. He's been there for 16 years anyway. So he can't leave his job as a governor and keep doing that of the senator, which includes making bills that will be favorable to the people of Abia South. And for mention's sake, since 2020 to 2023, the senator there has not even moved any bill. And for a whole 110 of pieces, about 4 years, he sponsored only 2 bills, sponsored one and co-sponsored another. While the likes of Uche Kunife, Senator Adeze are having 30, 35. Even the senator of Abia North, who spent 1 year in jail, has over 25 bills to his name. So all these things were the things the people of Abia South looked at and said, we need to send somebody else who is going to do better for us. And they looked at the records of the governor and see what he has done for the people of Abia South and said, we can trust you. Isn't that a reaction?
All right, Francis, okay, permit me to probably deepen this discussion. The million-dollar question has to be, who is Governor Ikpeazu supporting for president of Nigeria? We know he's part of the G5, the aggrieved people. And let me quote Daniel Bala, one of the spokesperson for the presidential campaign of the PDP. He claims, and I quote, that your governor is being deceived by years of Wike. First of all, who is he going to be supporting? Is it going to be Atiku, Tinubu, Peter Obi, or whoever? Who is he supporting? Because certainly your governor would have to deliver his state, Abia State, for the candidates, supposedly.
Aaron, I'm not the governor. I'm also not the spokesperson of the governor. The governor is alive and he can speak for himself. And when the time is right, if he chooses or he feels he has another candidate, he's going to tell the public. But as party faithfuls and as aides, he has always told us it's 5/5.
If you say you cannot speak for the governor, how about yourself? You are a special advisor to the governor. Who are you supporting for president?
like I said, as aides and party faithfuls, the governor has always told us, even the last time he received the board chairman of the party, Senator Wabara, the governor told us it's going to be 5/5 for the state. And as a party faithful, we're all going to do 5/5 because that's what the governor told us when the party leadership visited. So if the governor personally feels he has someone else to support, he's entitled to his choice, and he's free to say it to you people whenever he wants, or through his spokesperson, his chief press secretary, or the person speaking for the government, or the spokesperson of the political party. I'm not in a position to speak about that.
All right, Francis, in another perspective, Nigerians have often complained on matters of accessibility to elected representatives at the National Assembly. They make promises, and by the time they get to the National Assembly, you hardly hear of them, getting feedbacks in terms of their contributions. You've also mentioned about some of the senators presenting some bills, as it were. But how is it beneficial to the people? How will people have access to him? Is it going to change the narrative of being accessible all the time? Probably from a phone call, and of course take on some serious sensitive issues, irrespective of the status of any citizen from the zone he's representing, you think?
The governor naturally is an accessible man. You see, the governor is one of the most humble governors in Nigeria. So if accessibility is the yardstick to judge a performing person, I think Okezie Ikpeazu should be up there. He should be scoring 95%. So if he's this accessible and humble as a governor, what is in the upper chamber? He will always be accessible and available for his people. And these are the things they considered before going to him, asking him to go represent them and take over the job.
All right, Francis, first of all, I would like to extend our condolences on the death of Mr. Ikone, and how much Professor Ikone, and how much loss that is to the People's Democratic Party, especially in Abia State. And people are fearful because we know that, of course, Ahiwe has actually emerged as the governorship candidate at the moment. And some are saying that he doesn't pack as much clout as the late Professor Ikone. And that might just be a slippery slope for the PDP going into the polls.
That's not true. That's not true. While the late, may his soul rest in perfect peace, the late professor has a lot of educational background, educational qualification, much more than this current our candidate, our flag bearer now. We must give it to the flag bearer that he possesses a lot of social capital necessary for the garnering of votes. And they can't go to Tiga Junction from yesterday. By the time he emerged, you see the fireworks. People are happy. People are happy. Before now, he was the president of one of the biggest social-cultural group in the state. And that alone, and he is known to be a very diplomatic person who knows how to relate to people. And before now, he was our chief press secretary, chief of staff, who knew how to treat both civil servants, other appointees, So he has a lot of this particular person has a lot of social capital going for him. And then this will now place this on the work the party has done so far. Because in a party system which we operate, no candidate, we don't do independent candidates here. So most of the victory of a candidate is dependent 60% on the political party. My party has done all the job.
Francis, it seems to be talking from both sides of your mouth. The reason why I ask is this. If he was this popular, Professor Ikone, the late Professor Ikone, would have emerged in the first place.
He never ran.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, he never ran. He was a chief of staff.
All right. On that note, Francis Ogbonnaya, Special Advisor to Abia State Governor, I'd like to thank you for joining us on Newsday. Thank you for your time.